You need to understand why God sets you apart from some people and places. It's never a mistake. The earlier you understand this, the better for you. What you're about to discover will forever change how you see God's purpose in your life. Stay until the end. There's a divine revelation waiting that you absolutely can't miss. Each minute of this message carries a seed of transformation for your spirit. 1. Preparation for purpose. In the sacred dance of divine preparation, solitude becomes a holy classroom where God molds his chosen vessels. Like a master craftsman working with precious metal, he uses isolation not as a burden but as a blessing, a sacred space where greatness takes root. Think of isolation as God's greenhouse, where he tenderly nurtures the seeds of purpose within you. In these quiet moments, far from the world's noise, your spirit grows deeper roots of faith. Every lonely day is actually a love letter from heaven, teaching you to hear his whispers more clearly. Remember, before a butterfly spreads its wings, it must embrace the darkness of its cocoon. Your time of separation is your cocoon, a powerful place of transformation. Here, God isn't hiding you. He's highlighting you, building your character, strengthening your resolve, and filling you with wisdom that only comes through intimate moments with him. This season of solitude isn't a pause in your story. It's the prelude to your purpose. Trust the process, for when God isolates you, he's actually insulating you for impact. Have you ever felt isolated for a reason you couldn't quite understand? Share your experiences in the comments below. Pay close attention to what comes next. 2. Clarity in communication. In the beautiful quiet of being alone, God's voice becomes crystal clear, like hearing a loved one's whisper in a peaceful room. When we step away from life's constant buzz, the phone notifications, busy schedules, and endless to-do lists, we create a sacred space where heaven's frequency comes in perfectly clear. Think of your quiet time as tuning a radio to catch the perfect signal. Just as you might move to a spot with better reception, stepping into solitude helps you catch God's broadcast without static. This isn't just about hearing words. It's about feeling his presence wrap around you like a warm blanket. In these precious moments of stillness, God shares his heart's secrets with you. He paints pictures of your future, plants seeds of wisdom, and fills your spirit with understanding that goes beyond human knowledge. This isn't empty silence. It's holy ground where your spirit learns to dance to heaven's rhythm. Your quiet corner becomes a divine meeting room where earth touches heaven and your heart learns the language of God. Have you ever felt isolated for a reason you couldn't quite understand? Share your experiences in the comments below. 3. Strengthening faith. In life's quiet valleys, where it's just you and God, something magical happens. Your faith grows wings. These moments aren't empty spaces. They're sacred training grounds where spiritual muscles grow stronger with each challenge faced. Picture yourself as a young eagle pushed from its comfortable nest. At first, the solitude might feel scary, but it's in this very space that you learn to soar. Every worry you hand over to God, every tear you shed in his presence, becomes another feather in your wings of faith. When the world steps back, God steps forward. In these precious alone times, your heart learns to beat in rhythm with heaven's drums. Your doubts become stepping stones to deeper trust, and your fears melt away in the warmth of his presence. This solo journey with God isn't about being lonely. It's about becoming stronger. Like a pearl forming in the depths of the ocean, your faith becomes more precious through the pressure. Each moment alone with him adds another layer of unshakable trust to your spirit. Everything we've discussed is building up to this life-changing truth. 4. Development of character. In the sacred workshop of solitude, God shapes ordinary clay into extraordinary vessels. These quiet seasons aren't just empty waiting rooms. They're divine character-building moments where heaven's fingerprints press deep into your soul. Think of yourself as a diamond in God's hands. The pressure of isolation isn't meant to break you, but to reveal your brilliance. Every lonely moment becomes a chisel in the Master's hands, carefully carving away what doesn't reflect His glory, revealing the masterpiece within. In these private moments with God, patience grows like spring flowers, humility settles in like morning dew, and wisdom takes root like a mighty oak. You're not just learning about your calling, you're becoming the person worthy of that calling. Each day in solitude adds another brushstroke to your portrait of grace. Your struggles become strength, your tears water gardens of compassion, and your questions plant seeds of wisdom. This isn't just character development, it's heart transformation, where God's dreams for you become your reality. 5. Building purposeful relationships. While isolation seems like a time of separation, it often serves as a precursor to building meaningful, purpose-driven relationships. Chosen individuals may find that their time apart equips them with the insights and experiences needed to connect deeply with others when the time is right. Jesus spent 40 days in the wilderness before beginning His ministry. During this solitude, He prepared for the relationships He would form with His disciples and the people He would serve. After the isolation, He was able to pour His heart and purpose into those who were called to walk alongside Him. Through their time alone, the chosen ones learn about themselves and what they need in their relationships. This knowledge allows them to engage authentically and impactfully with others, fulfilling their missions together. In moments of solitude, when it seems that God has placed you apart from others, remember that this time is often a preparation for something significant. Whether it's developing character, strengthening faith, communicating clearly, cultivating a purpose, or forming meaningful relationships, there is purpose in your isolation. As we reflect on these insights, let's remember that both chosen ones and those around them can find hope and encouragement in understanding this journey. What you learn here today will be your foundation for tomorrow's victories. If you've experienced a period of isolation and have insights or stories to share, we would love to hear from you. What lessons have you learned during your times of solitude? Share your thoughts in the comments below.